Yeah, it's incredible. To win one last year was amazing, and to win another one this year, and those names that were mentioned, I've learned so much. Like I said, I've learned so much from those three, and that's what probably feels so incredible. That like Fifey, I've shared the whole journey with, and I've learned so much from, and will continue to do so. But then Bally, what he's kind of given to the footy club and his love for the footy club, I've learned so much from that point of view, and Pav's leadership, and I've had a few coffees with him, and what he's given to the football club's incredible. So they're legends, and it doesn't feel right to be kind of in that same conversation in terms of this award, but that's fine.
How much is it great on you that both you and Andrew said this is the best team you played in and you're not playing against them?
Well, it hurts. It hurts because we feel like we were Lukey Ryan's been a pest. We were destined is a weird word because destiny's you make your own destiny, but like we felt like we were ready to take on more this year and give more and show more. But that wasn't meant to be. And I spoke to Anna earlier tonight about I feel like I don't know if it's me getting a little bit older and a little bit softer or just a bit more perspective, but it's probably the least frustrated I've kind of been at this time of the year. I'm kind of seeing it from a different lens of we are good enough to play this time of year, and just having so much confidence in that. And I've never been more confident this group's going in the right direction. And the year just wasn't meant for us, and that's okay. But I just think going forward, we're going to use this as real fuel and real motivation, and something that's going to be the reason for our success going forward, not the downfall of it.
So you're watching games, the finals, and going, we're up to that standard, as opposed to watching games going, we weren't up to that standard?
That's probably not the difference, but I am in terms of watching it and thinking we are ready to play at this time of year. And I think like seeing the teams we played throughout the year and how we competed and the games that were swung on moments, but like the 90% of those games that we were in or we competed or we were better than the opposition that we played against, and seeing what those teams are now doing in finals and what they're able to do, there's a very fine line between those teams and winning and losing at this level at the moment, and that's the beauty of it, and that's why footy's never been better to watch and how close it is, and that's what's hard, also the hardest part about it. But I'm watching the finals at the moment from a point of view of admiration for the teams that are doing it, because I know now how hard it is to get there. And you look at 2 years ago and being a third-year player, and you're kind of like, we're a young team, we're developing, this is going to keep happening, we're good, we're on the right trajectory. And there's by no means a breath out and complacency within this group, but it's getting an understanding for how difficult it is to get back there, and we're getting a feeling for that now, and that's why I've got a bit of admiration for these teams and the teams that do go back to back in terms of like what Geelong have done in terms of their finals record and top fours and prelim finals is incredible, and we look up to that, and that's what we strive to be as a football club and as a team. But yeah, I'm watching it with a lot of admiration and respect for what they're able to do.
Hearing your CEO say the time is now, does that, as a player, are you excited by that message from the top of the club?
Gave me goosebumps a little bit here and that, but also we believe that, and that's not something we've shied away from. We said that this year, and we said at the start of the year. Alex said it to our group, and then he said it. He's one of his pre-season press conferences that the youth that we've got in this football club isn't going to be used as an excuse. It's going to be used as a reason for our success, and that's the same as what we've got going forward. We're so excited about the energy this group brings, and I spoke in there in my speech about the characters we've got in the four walls, and that's going to be the reason. We've got some guys that most guys, if not all, want to get better every single day, and that's the environment we've created over the last few years, and that's what excites me the most, is that not one of those guys sitting in that room tonight is not going to be a better footballer come round one next year, and that in turn is going to make us a better team. So I'm so excited about that opportunity to grow with this group and continue to get better.
How do you get there now? You're a two-time Australian, you're a two-time Doig Medal. And what's the next step in your game?
Like I said in there, I reflect heavily on my seasons and throughout the year, and there's a few things physically that I want to get to work on, and this year I got a lot stronger and probably didn't focus on, but I focus more on my strength than my running, and my running's always kind of been a bit of a strength in terms of my fitness, and I wanted to get stronger as an inside mid and wanted to compete against the biggest, strongest. I'm not a huge guy, so I need every bit of strength I can get, so that was a big focus last year, and my power, and I took massive growth in that space, but this year it's probably need a little bit more time to reflect and not make decisions on kind of emotion, because once I set my mind on I want to work on something, I'm going to go hell for leather going to town on that and getting better. So there's a few things that I want to get a little bit more dynamic. Power is an interesting thing. You can kind of lose a couple of kilos and get a little bit leaner, and your power and how dynamic you are automatically goes up. So I don't want to lose any strength that I've got, but I also want to get a little bit more dynamic and a little bit more explosive, and hopefully be a more damaging midfielder for my team, and try and make more of my disposals that I have. And I think that's the best way for me to get better to help this team. And what I found this year was the mental aspect of the game is ever changing and ever challenging, and it was something that I thought, not that I had it down pat, but I thought I had my mental process pretty sorted. At the end of last year I put a lot of work into it, and this year it just found a way of challenging me in a completely different set of ways, and I know that's going to be the case, so continuing to invest in that space is going to be really important.
Yeah, year for you in general, best and fairest, all Australian and engaged. Like on and off the field, it's a bit of you'll reflect, despite the fact that this finals personally, it's a fair 2024 both as a person and as a player.
Yeah, it's been a big year, and from a team point of view, the challenges that we faced this year were heavy and they were big, and at times it's a burden as a leader in terms of kind of showing that brave face and kind of leading in that respect day in, day out. But I wouldn't have changed it for the world. I absolutely loved every minute of this year, the challenges, because that's what makes nights like this, where you get to sit down and relax with your teammates, have a few beers and just kind of relax and recap the year. The challenges make these nights even better, and unfortunately we're not playing now, so I would have liked to not have a few beers tonight, but I think going forward that the tightness and how close this group is going to be the driving force in it. But I think probably what I'm most proud of is the engagement, and that I was able to I don't want to say lock up because that's disrespectful, but that I'm able to be with Chloe for the rest of my life, because she's far better than I am.